Welcome to Climate Curious Quickies, bite-sized nuggets of climate goodness from our TEDx experts in under 10 minutes.
If global shipping was a country, it would be the world's sixth largest greenhouse gas emitter. But today's guest thinks that we can turn that around. And he's done it before. Joojin Kim is a legal expert who's built his career taking on coal financing in South Korea. And now he's turned his attention to shipping, one of the world's dirtiest industries and one that happens to sit right in his backyard. Joojin is the CEO of Solutions for Our Climate and an Audacious project grantee. He sat down with TEDxLondon's Deesha Chandra at TED 2026 to talk about how we clean up global shipping and why to him it's simple, but not easy. Stay curious.
So we're here with Joojin Kim today, the CEO of Solutions for Our Climate.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us, and it was really great to hear your TED Talk today. I'd love to maybe just kick off by you bringing the shipping industry into everyday life for us, maybe by using an item or object.
Well, people don't usually go to seaports, right? They don't know what's happening. But usually here in Vancouver, where we are, just up the river, there's a coal terminal. There's a terminal where they offload oil and unload oil, and then right in front of my hotel room, there's a big port offloading and unloading containers, and then there's going to be a gas station for those ships at the port. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. And actually, as much as the ships are big, there's a lot of emissions issue to it. I mean, it could go inside the cargo tanks. Fossil fuels can go inside. It could be the fuels that they run on. Although the steel is also like made of coal, basically, outside the ship. So it's a big concentration of fossil fuels there. Yeah.
Your talk is a lot about the global shipping industry and it not being a side issue and quite a major issue. How big are the emissions associated with the global shipping industry?
1/3 of the cargo traded, maritime trade, is fossil fuels. It's crude oil, gas. It's that big. So the moment a joke is that a moment we stop trading oil or gas, we become an ideal world where no fossil fuels are needed. Then 1/3 of the shipping industry will have nothing. I mean, we'll lose cargo. Of course, they could be different cargoes, but it's that big. That's what I want to say. It's that big. And another fact is that gas travels through pipelines, natural gas, but around half travels on ships, and that's a big. I mean, from that, just that fossil fuel carbon footprint from that trading of gas is really big. It's going to be, I think, 5% of just the overall global emissions trading on these several hundreds of boats. Yeah, it is a very concentrated moving channel of fossil fuels.
Something really interesting in your talk was the fact that 90% of world ships are built in East Asia. Right. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
I mean, East Asia, China, Japan, Korea, all have very, very big manufacturing facilities, including steel. A lot of steel mills, and steel goes into cars. They also go into ships. Because of that, many shipyards are out there. Korea has a lot of big shipyards. China has more shipyards. Where I come from, South Korea, we build a lot of, let's say, more expensive ships. And one of the quite expensive of the ships are fossil fuel related ships.
Right.
Those which carry fossil fuels. I mean, carriers with the big tankers that freeze. I mean, basically liquefy LNG and carry them in a liquefied form. You have to be out below 150 degrees Celsius temperatures there. And then drill ships, ships that go to do offshore drilling and, do offshore, oil or gas processing. Those ships are also built a lot in our shipyards. So I often go to these shipyards, and every time I see, the tankers or the drill ships out there, this is a big concentration of the global fossil fuel industry in our industrial facilities. South Korea, Japan, China are not countries which extract a lot of these things. but the role these countries play in the overall supply chain of fossil fuels is big. Yeah.
I guess the ships are made from these unsustainable materials. They ship the fossil fuels and
they're
emit.
propelled by gas or oil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's a really great opportunity for impact here. Can you talk a little bit about how you're making this industry more green?
First thing is, just like you, not a lot of people. I mean, people usually don't see ports. I mean, people who live near there really don't understand how important these facilities are in the overall fossil fuel supply chain. You gotta let them know. You gotta let them know that, okay, shipping just fuels is, the propulsion fuels is the 6th largest greenhouse gas emitter in the world. That around half of the world's natural gas is transported on tankers. And then those things, you gotta let them know. I mean, that is the most important thing. And more specifically, you gotta let people know who are behind these. Who are the companies, the banks, the insurers behind these things. That's what the people has to know. Yeah.
A lot of people won't know that before you started on shipping, you also took on the coal industry in South Korea and helped end coal power financing in South Korea. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
When I began my work with the organization, if I went to the internet and wrote down coal power, all good news.
Yeah.
Oh, we secured a new coal power plant somewhere. This is going to be built. All very positive and good news. We started to share that, this is air pollution. This is premature deaths. It's climate change. We should stop operating them in the country. We should stop exporting these. Because, back then, Korean or Japanese and Chinese companies were building coal power plants abroad in Southeast Asia, all kinds of developing nations. And the power of that, why that was possible is our government was supporting financially these projects a lot. So we work strongly to make this news spread through the press, through the public, through our politicians, and eventually it was a fact. It was a climate fact that people couldn't deny. That this is not good. This is not sustainable.
Yeah.
Our youth movement also came up. So eventually, the Korean government, and then the Japanese government, and then the Chinese government decided, okay, no longer coal exports, no longer coal export financing. That's what happened.
Right.
That was 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And how did you move to shipping from then?
We were trying to understand where banks, especially government banks, were providing money in not just coal assets, but also gas and oil assets. And one surprising fact we realized while we were kind of about to end coal financing is that a lot of government money goes into ships. Before that, I really didn't know that our shipbuilding industry would be such a big beneficiary of fossil financing. It was. Yeah. The figures, the numbers, this is like more than $10 billion per year of government money, government guarantees, loans going out to fossil fuel ships. I mean, ships that carry fossil fuels, several hundred, especially after the war in Ukraine. And the surge of LNG, I mean, liquefied natural gas in Europe, the ship orders came to places like Korea. In Europe, they would have been building LNG import terminals. In Korea, we were building ships that would serve as basically the buses between a gas field in the Middle East and Europe, or a gas field in Texas or Louisiana and in Europe. That's what our shipyards were busy for the past couple of years. I mean, so busy that they were not able to accept renewable related ship orders as well.
Right.
Yeah.
In terms of the lessons that you're learning from your time in working with coal or the coal industry, is there something that you're taking into the work that you're doing in shipping?
I think common sense works. I think if people see and understand where emissions come from, how it comes from, nobody really says, "Oh, that's good." I mean, some people say that's good. A very small number of people.
Yeah.
But especially small number of people who don't want to change, who have some lifeline in the fossil fuel industry. But most people, when they understand it, they feel resentment. Oh, this is weird. This is wrong. And then no, we got to stop it.
Yeah.
Many levels of different change, but I think the more and more people will understand where emissions come from, the economics behind it, the money flow behind it, we will solve this problem.
And is there something that you might pass on to others that are trying to do this?
Well, we will solve this problem. I think, humanity, when COVID happened, we took extreme measures to, save the world. COVID was a simpler problem, I think, compared to climate change. It was a virus, and then the effects of it. Climate change comes in so many forms. It's more complicated, and the economy around it is so big. But once we connect the dots, we will solve the problem. And all of our efforts to be aware and try to pinpoint that's not right is going to be very meaningful. Yeah.
And so you're also an Audacious grantee.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how that's going to impact the work that you're going to do?
Well, because of the generous support that we received through the Audacious project, we will be able to, more effectively, more ambitiously be able to tackle these challenges, because this is a lot of money. The issues that we are trying to tackle have a lot of economic interest behind it. And the more we have resources, the more we have, people who can work on the issue, we will reduce emissions that much. So, yeah, I'm so grateful that we were able to get this opportunity.
Thanks for listening to this quickie.
This episode was created by our superstar podcast team at TEDxLondon. Until next time,
Stay curious.